Welcome to Founders Espresso podcast. Start your day with inspiring stories and actionable tips from founders to fuel your entrepreneurial journey. Sip up and scale up together. So thank you for being here and welcome to Founders Espresso.
Thank you, Andrea. Thank you all. And so it's a pleasure to be here.
Nice. So Marco, first question, crucial question also. Which one do you prefer, espresso or a latte?
I don't drink coffee, so I don't know if I am in the right place, but I'm joking. Yes, I don't usually drink coffee, just only in rare case, and I prefer to drink water. So I have my bottle here with Crono logo, and
Nice.
So I usually drink water while working.
Nice. It's a good thing at the end of the day that you don't need any coffee or any caffeine. So I think it's a plus. It's not.
Yes, it was a decision that I made when I was a teenager to try to reduce all the things that could create addiction. And so I don't drink coffee, I don't smoke, and other things that
Nice.
maybe it's not really good for myself.
I see. So you used to drink coffee, or you have never tried?
No, I drink it sometimes. I also like it. It's not that I don't like, but for example, when I am at the restaurant, I would like to drink a coffee after a dinner, but something like once every 3 months. Really few coffee in the year. Yes.
Nice. So Marco, can you tell me a little bit more about Crono, your startup, and what makes it unique?
Okay, so Crono is a platform that is in the sales engagement tools area, and but we are trying to go a little bit further, and so we try to put a lot of artificial intelligence inside these kind of tools. So we started 2.5 years ago, and we had since the beginning an idea to put artificial intelligence within the sales process. But at the beginning, it was a little bit too early, and GPT wasn't already released. And so we needed to make some step backs to initially create a platform that users were used to work with. And then we are coming back strong after we reached the level of the other competitors to invest a lot in artificial intelligence. So what we do is to help people find new leads and reach all the data with a lot of data sources that we put together to try to give to the user all the context information that they need to perform their sales job. And also we empower the salespeople thanks to artificial intelligence. We provide personalized messages using AI, and also a lot of other features related to suggesting the best replies or creating context variables using artificial intelligence, and a lot of automation in order to reduce the things that the salespeople need to do manually, and speed up their daily job.
I see.
So this is
very interesting. Very interesting. Thank you, Marco. And where do you see it in the next 6 months, 1 year, and 5 years?
Okay, next 6 months, we are investing a lot in releasing a lot of really powerful features. And so I think that the platform in 6 months will be really a great tool for not only in Europe, but all over the world for the sales environment. But we need this time to complete all the things that we have in mind, but also we need still more time to improve a lot of what we would like to do in our roadmap. So after working on these kind of features, we need to also help other platform integrate with us. So we will need to work on open APIs and other things, integration like Webhooks. And in 5 years, we would like to be the #1 sales platform in the world.
Nice.
It's a bit challenging, but this is what this is our goal.
Nice. Bold goals because you're a strong startup. I've seen also you have completed a fundraising recently. Can you tell
Yes.
me a bit more on this
Yes,
side?
we did our first investment round in 2023, and now we are working on the second round. So the second round is still a little bit open, but we are going to close it soon. And we raised 2 years, 1 year and a half ago, 500,000 euro, and now we are trying to do a good seed round. We have investors from all over the Europe, so UK, Spain, and Italy too, and also business angels that are all over the Europe, and some scout from good, really good investment funds from USA too.
Nice, amazing. Congratulations. Can you
Thank
tell
you.
me a bit more on the number side? So if you can tell me, of course, regarding customers that you have now, because now you told me you have a lot of investors from all over Europe and also USA. So I guess you are full of clients around Europe.
Yes, we are mostly, we started from Europe, so UK, Spain, and Italy are the country where we are stronger, okay? And we are so 4 Italian founders, so we started from our network, and this was also a good starting point for us because we had strong network in the startup environment, and it was helpful to have a lot of feedback from people from other startups that needed this kind of platforms and that tried to also help us find which was the right path to follow. And so actually we have something like 1,000 users all over the Europe, paying customers. So we are still growing, and the numbers are growing every month. So this is actual situation.
Nice, amazing. I see also the Crono is a SaaS basically. So it's they are not just one time; they are recurring customers. So even it makes even better, no?
Yes, this is so SaaS startups are slower maybe at the beginning because to create a strong customer base, it requires time. But when so we also decided not to try to scale too early, okay? Because we wanted to create a solid platform, and we evaluated a lot users' feedback, and so we spent time working with them in order to find which were the things that they really needed. And so we are now in the phase where we need to scale, but we spent a lot of time investing in the platform and focusing on the product.
Nice. So Marco, I'm curious to know, how did you start? So what was your initial budget? I'm really curious to know the beginning of this journey. So you were telling me that you are a group of 4 Italian guys. So tell me
Yes.
the beginning of this story.
Yes, it was funny story because we were 4 crazy people that wanted to build something, okay? And the idea was born from my co-founder Marco Rosmarini, and he attended the startup incubator, an Italian incubator online. And so we were mentors within that startup builder. So we met there, and thanks to this platform, and we discovered that this was a good idea to work on. And we were all people that wanted to build something on their own, okay, to start with a new idea. And it was really an ambitious project. So it was for us something that was really challenging, but really we want really to work on. And so we started after we can say also 5-6 months where we spent to validate the idea, okay, and with a lot of customer researches. And then also we had, so I'm the CTO, so I spent some time to try to understand on the tech side if the things that we wanted to do were possible. Okay, so we create a quick MVP, And then we started after this period, and the first year was not easy at all because we didn't have money, so we just invested our own money, and we were alone. So I was the only developer in the team, and so I needed to do everything on the tech side. And my three co-founders were on the sales and marketing side. So they were bringing me a lot of ideas and a lot of work to do, but it was not easy to deliver everything because since the beginning we tried to go also on big customers that obviously as wants things that are done properly and work properly. So the first year was not easy at all, and but then so we.
I see. And you used to know each other since I don't know, university, or no? You met there at this startup?
No, we met at the Startup Builder program.
Yes.
So it was just a place where we find each other and like each other, and so we decided to start there.
Nice. So you find immediately this kind of synergy.
Yes.
Nice. Marco, if your startup were an animal, what would it be and why?
A cat. Can I say a cat? I don't know why, because I love cats, and so when I'm coding, my cats are always with me. So sometimes I just joke and saying that the cat is the CTO, and I'm not really coding. Is him that is doing all the job. So
Nice.
this is what
it's like the Ratatouille version, but for a programmer.
exactly.
Technical side. Marco, when you met your co-founders, what made you decide they were the right partner for this journey?
So they were crazy enough to think that this could be possible, and also they are people that are never satisfied, and I think this is something that is mandatory for startup founders, and you have always to challenge yourself. And so we are really good to do each other. So when something is not good on the product side, or on the tech side, or on the marketing side, we just challenge each other to improve, because we know that the competitors are really strong. So we started with less than 1 million, but our competitors in the same period raised 100 million. So you can understand that it's always a challenge to try to compete to these giants. But so we need to be crazy enough, and the ambitions of my co-founders was something that was made me understand that it was good to work with them.
Nice. Marco, can you tell me a funny story in your entrepreneurial journey that you recall in your mind?
So our first meetup as founders was in the summer, where we funded Crono, and we just funded Crono after 1 week. We met in Tuscany.
Nice.
And so we went to the Potato Festival, a really, really
nice
small festival in a small town in Tuscany among the mountains. And so we took a photo there. And when we needed to use an official photo for our first launch, on the news, we decided to have this photo. So we have the photo of Crono founders at the Potato Festival. You can understand that it's something that is really fun for us.
Nice. Marco, who is your favorite entrepreneur, and what makes them stand out to you?
So there are many, but if I have to choose one, I would say Paul Graham, because lot of inspiration by him, and what he did, what he's doing still with YC. And so I'm a big fan of his blog, and try to read everything that he writes. But this is my kind of entrepreneur. So someone that not only did something with his own skills and
Mhm.
work, but also someone that tries to give back to the community.
Absolutely.
I think that is one of the people that is doing the most in the work for startups. So a lot
Yes,
of
I totally
inspiration.
agree. I totally agree. Especially it could be considered as the Yoda of the startup world, no?
Yes, yeah. And
Because uh-huh.
I'm trying to do something similar in my town, Brescia, and I created a community, Brescia Startup, and
Nice.
so we make events. We try to help people doing their startup journey, and so obviously it's just really small instead of what he did, but we are trying also to spread the knowledge that our experience that we have, and help other people to invest in their projects, and something that I like and that give me a lot from the other people.
Nice, nice. Cool, cool. So Marco, imagine this situation, no? You wake up, the day start off bad and keeps getting worse. One setback after another. What's the
Okay,
phrase you tell yourself to keep going?
one thing at a time. So I always try to approach problems one at a time, because
Mhm.
yes, every time you solve something during a startup journey, there are other two things that arise that need to be solved. And so problems, when you're doing good things, problems arise because you are just expanding the surface of the things that you are handling. But so we need to handle one thing at a time, because it's not possible otherwise. And if you try to focus on everything, you will not solve nothing. Okay,
Mhm.
so this is how I approach to bad days or problems, and it's something that helped me because I keep concentration on the focus on the things that need to be solved, and one after one, at the end of the day, you have solved everything.
Yeah. And I see in your case that you are the CTO of all-in-one platform. So I imagine you will have plenty of these huge problems that you need every time to divide and just one by one solving.
Yes, yes. Fortunately, now I'm not. So we now have a great developer team, and
Mm.
there are 4 people that help me uh, all the day. But yes, there are a lot of. So the platform is really big, a lot of integration, a lot of services. Um, Many things can go wrong during the day, and so we also learn how to monitor everything, and so have the full picture of anything anytime. And also I have a lot of good people with me that help me solve problems at the moment, and so I'm really happy about the actual situation, even if we are still a small team.
Nice, nice. Marco, what's your most effective strategy for gathering customer feedback and how it has directly shaped your product development, especially for your startup at the beginning?
So we understood after a while that the customer success was the most important role in a startup, because
Mm.
the most important thing that a startup can have is the user's feedback. And so you have to retrieve them, evaluate them, talk with them, understand with the users what is not working, what is not working well, or
Mhm.
how do they approach when they use the platform. And only looking at the users or talking with them, you understand what is not perfect at the moment in the platform. So we are just keeping talking with users. We have a customer interview. We have channels where they can ask us questions, and sometimes we also go with them, with the tech team, to try to understand which is the problem. And so we are really try to be close to the users, and because they are the most precious resource at the moment.
Absolutely. I see, especially for a SaaS business, probably is the key point now to being super connected with your customer so that they can, especially it's also a differentiator, no? Because a big company usually, when you have thousands of clients and paying customer, maybe you just have a basic customer service or an impersonal one. In your case, you can really talk with them directly and solve their problem really fast. So I
Yes,
see.
yes.
Marco, when it comes to acquiring paying customer, which growth strategy have been most effective? So regarding customer feedback, it was I think it's also one step to get paying customer. But can you tell me other strategies that you have developed during these months?
Okay, so first of all, we use Crono to sell Crono. So fortunately, we have all the tools that we need within our team. It's a joke, but it's also a good strategy for us because starting from our users that are people that are inside Crono, we also always retrieve a lot of feedback. And so we know what the salespeople need because we are salespeople. My three co-founders were salespeople before starting, before funding Crono. And but one good strategy that we used was, for example, the last November we decided to launch on product hunt, and this was really a great decision for us because we won the product of the day, and then we also I think that, remember, we arrived third on the SaaS of the month. It was really good for us because we reached a lot of new leads and also a lot of people from USA. That maybe there are a lot of good tools from USA. They know them, but they don't know tools from Europe. Okay, and this was a good starting point for us to arrive in the USA.
Absolutely. I see. Super interesting. And do you have any unconventional grow hack? So something out of the box that work surprisingly well for Crono?
So we, at the moment, didn't have still something that I can say it was a really good growth hack, okay? But what we are doing really well is to be a lot of events, okay? We are always branded. And so when I arrive to an event, people that don't know me just see my Crono Lightning and they say, okay, you're from Crono. Yes, I am the CTO. Okay, so every time that we go somewhere, there are people that know us, and I think that we invested a lot in the community, in our brand, and this is something that is paying because it helps to
Nice.
on the marketing side. Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Marco, do you have any books, courses, or lessons that have significantly influenced your startup journey, helping you tackle challenges in your startup?
Okay, so as probably most of the founders are, I read a lot of books or newsletters or podcasts that I like a lot. And as I said before, blogs, program, first of all. But if I have to choose one book, I would choose The Lean Startup. So I think that this is the most important book for someone that wants to start a startup journey and how to do it. Okay, and it's the first lesson that you have to learn.
Nice, nice. And Marco, can you share a mistake that taught you a valuable lesson and how you manage your emotions during that time?
It's always not easy to hire people, especially when you are doing your first hires because you nobody knows you. Okay, you don't have a lot of money, and choosing the wrong people is a mistake that we did in some cases. Okay, but the second error was not to realize it immediately. Okay, so after there could have been some hints that the person was not happy, okay, and we were not happy. But we also always try to get things try to improve and try to help. But if something is not working, you understand it from the first weeks. So we spent time with people that were not the right people for our moment, okay? Because when you are in a startup at the beginning, it's not like working in a corporate. And so many things are different, many things to do. Things are not done maybe in the best way, but in the quickest way. And you care more to receive feedback instead of doing, for example, a good architecture at the beginning. And so this was one error. And if I could come back, so I would just tell myself to understand it before. Okay.
I see. And I think it's also Niccolò Petroni, the co-founder of Mille Farmacie, told me this aspect of being fast in hired but also fired, because of course I think there is always a certain degree of lack of knowledge or lack of information from the hiring people, from the hiring person. And so that you are going to discover only after you started to work together. So I think it's the most important aspect is being able to fire fast people, because hiring, okay, it could be something normal that this person could really, you don't know how it's going to work with you. So this kind of synergy you just find out on the field.
Exactly.
So it's I see it's crucial. Marco, do you have any daily habit or routine that has positively impacted your productivity and motivation as a founder?
Yes, I try to wake up early, but not really early. Okay, I wake up at 6, and I go to the gym three times a week. And the other times I try to spend time reading and books or blogs or listening to podcasts. And so I think that the first 2 hours in the day, or 1 hour, we can say, it's good for both physical activity or reading. And I always try to keep this routine and to don't go to bed really late.
Nice. It's interesting because I was thinking about this kind of, I think this balance between operation and learning and reflect. And I think when you are young, you tend to go on the operation side. So you just tend to work and do stuff. But I see your point of maybe sometimes, and the majority of the time, it's better to reduce to minimum the amount of the operations that you need to deliver, and focus on learning and also think about your physical health. That is something crucial in the long term. So
Yes.
I see
Yes,
your point.
I always did sport. I was playing basketball when I was younger, and so I think that being people that work on that code every day needs also something like a moment for your body and for your health. And I think this is really important.
Marco, when you face uncertainty, how do you make crucial decisions for your startup? And are there any specific frameworks or guiding principles that help you navigate these moments?
We don't use frameworks, okay? We just have every day daily meeting with founders, and we talk a lot each other. And we analyze the problems when they arrive, and we try to see them from different point of view. And then we take a decision all together. And it always happens that we are all agree on something after we discuss together, because we are really good to evaluate the other people ideas, and to share feedback, and also to understand when someone is right. Then also we decided not to there are moments in which you don't know which is the right thing to do, but also we understand that if we don't know, we need to do experiments. Okay, so in this case we just say, okay, we want to experiment this, okay, validate this, and then we give us time. For example, we need to test this for the next 2 weeks, okay, and then we have more data to take a quantitative decision. And so that's what we do. There is not a framework. We try to talk each other and to adapt this kind of solution when we don't have a clear idea of what to choose.
I think I like this kind of synergy that you have in your team that I can perceive, in the sense of you just throwing ideas, and no matter, it's not important who said that. It's important if it's the best decision for the startup. So I can grasp from what you are saying that your focus as a team is always the benefit and the long-term future of the startup, rather than just best the ideas from the people. Nice.
Yes.
Marco, what are the 3 most important personal qualities that have helped you as a founder?
Perseverance. Okay. So never give up is one of my other things that I like to say. And also be smart. And so this doesn't mean that you need to be the best people in the world, but you need to understand quickly when things change. You need to adapt. You need to be ready to change your ideas. Okay, and this is what I mean when I say being smart. And the last thing is be hard worker. So every time I say each other, okay, keep pushing today. We have always a lot of things to do, so the time is never enough during the day. But if you work hard and you work in the right direction, results arrive. So you have always to challenge yourself, but if you try to do your best, so something is moving always.
I see. I totally agree, in the sense though that it's for me it's impossible to have this kind of situation where you gave your best and nothing happened. For me, in my personal experience, as soon as you start to give you 100% of yourself, you don't need to keep it 100% of energy and action all the time. It's enough for, I believe there is a threshold that you need just to go over the 70 or 80% energy every day, or it could happen even less in few days, but it's as you said, the long-term run that establish your success. So I was talking yesterday with another founder, Giorgio Baiara of Spooky, and it was super interesting because he said that for him it's this kind of approach of I still need to continue this roadmap, and I still need to just push myself through challenges, and that's it. You just need to keep pushing and.
Because even if you make mistakes, I always think that they are learning. So if you do something wrong, it's something that you learn. And now you know that is not a good way for resolving this problem. But everything is going on if you try to do your best.
Absolutely. Marco, if you could go back to day one, what's the one piece of advice you'd give yourself that would have saved you significant time or stress?
I don't know. But I think that all the things that I did wrong helped me to learn. So it's normal to be at the day one and don't know how to do things. But if you would know them, okay, probably you don't gain the experience. So it's a normal path to do things wrong. Just try to learn, okay?
I see. I totally see your point, especially because you could even tell you something to yourself in the past, no? But you are a different person. So even in that case, probably you need, as you said, as you are saying, you need to go through certain things to learn and improve and become what you are now. So probably it's an action that is useless. I don't know.
Yes, it's something you have to go through.
Marco, can you share one thing you're most proud of?
Crono. So I am really proud of the platform that we have. So I also write a blog, and try to share my experience as a CTO. And so I write in Italian, but this blog is also translated in English. And
Nice. How's it called?
sorry.
How is it called, the blog?
So in my blog is toplus.it, and
Nice.
but the English version of my CTO journey is called Becoming Crono, and is hosted in our Crono.1 blog. And
Nice.
so I tell the story of Crono, and from the CTO perspective, okay? And so I'm really proud because I see that things are growing, the platform is growing, is something like is alive. So and if I see the impact that we are having on the users, I think that everything came out from our mind and our ideas, and it's really something that is great. Even if we don't have millions of users at the moment, we are still really few, but I see the impact and I see the opportunity to grow that we have, and so really proud of it. And I always want to grow.
Nice. Cool. Marco, last question. If you can share me your deeper why, so the driving purpose behind your startup, and explain what keeps you motivated on the toughest days.
So I've always had the wish to innovate, to create something and to change things, okay? And so doing Crono is it was not my idea, so I just I liked the idea of someone else, but it's something that I feel like is mine, okay, because I'm part of Crono. But I have a lot of other ideas that I would like to work on when I would have more resources, more time. But I think that this journey to create a startup and something that was working, it was a path that was needed to reach my other goals. So I'm the kind of person that after finishing one startup want to start other 3 startups. Okay, so I have a lot of other goals, and they are really challenging ideas. But I think I will have time to work on.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much, Marco. Amazing conversation.
Thank you, Andrea. It was a pleasure for me. So,
okay. Una bella foto.
No, aspetta, si vede.
Grande.
Grazie.
Sì, si vede.